Anyway, I'm here with David Lombardi, and we are wrapping up Stanford's much-needed 58-34 trouncing of the UCLA Bruins. So, David, biggest takeaway just off the top of your head right now?
Well, it's the start of the KJ Costello era quarterback for Stanford, and David Shaw wouldn't say as much, but you can't really make any other conclusions. 13 of 19, 123 yards. That is, not a stat line that's going to jump out at you, but the play really did. His comfort in the pocket, his dive toward the pylon, his ability, I think, to escape the rush, generate energy really with his legs, and have a presence out there that we really hadn't seen from Keller Christ yet this season. I think that was the key to getting Stanford going in this game. This was not a good UCLA defense. Let's not, make any mistakes about that.
We can't. We're the last ones that can't notice that.
Of course. So this is, I think, a defense that's going to finish this season rated worse than 100 in the nation. But throughout the first, few plays of this game, Stanford was averaging, 2.7 yards per play, even against that really bad defense. And I think that Costello provided that spark. And now he has to do it against better defenses moving forward.
Yeah, I hearken back. If you remember in the Orange Bowl, there was like a 3-play sequence of a deep pass, an interception, then another big play. And tonight, I'm thinking about that Harrison Phillips block, the conversion on 3rd and 2 to JJ Arcega-Whiteside, and then the touchdown run by KJ Costello. I mean, I feel like that was as galvanizing a stretch, certainly, as the Cardinal has had this year.
And they have a galvanizing player named Bryce Love. Even, without all of those plays, I think Bryce Love, on his own, was on pace and on track to deliver another spectacular individual performance. But because all of that happened, I thought that all meshed well with a great team-wide performance. And you look at the line for Bryce Love, 30 carries, 272 yards. That's an average of 8.8 per carry, so I don't think his average on the season, RJ, is going to drop under 10. No. And he entered this game averaging 12.2 per carry. Out of players who had more than 40 carries, which Love had more than 40 carries this year in the nation, the second highest average was 7.2 entering this game. A full 5 yards ahead of number 2 in the nation. He has to be at or near the top of any Heisman list that comes out right now. I know that Saquon Barkley is going to be at the top, but Love had almost as many yards today, and he's been doing it against USC and against the pretty good San Diego State defense last week.
Yeah, I think 3 things that have started here tonight. First of all, in a real way, I think Stanford football season has started tonight. I think we're much closer to the line and quarterback that the Cardinal needs to have moving forward. And I think Bryce Love's Heisman candidacy has now begun in earnest. And then, obviously, the rest of conference play now. That's basically all that Stanford's going to get till the Notre Dame game. Everything that they want is still in their control. They can win the Pac-12 North. And so it just felt like a new beginning here at Stanford Stadium tonight.
It really did, and I think it's exciting for them next week because Arizona State actually beat Oregon in Tempe. So the Sun Devils come into Stanford Stadium next weekend with momentum, and I think it's a chance for Stanford to really build some confidence now. Initially, you looked at this game coming up against Arizona State as a potential matchup against the bottom feeder. And while the Sun Devils may still be one of the weaker teams in the conference, the fact that they are coming off a big win against Oregon, I think just kind of helps Stanford ramp this up. And we do expect KJ Costello to be the starting quarterback. So this is a good opportunity for him in his clean first game under center.
Absolutely. So Stanford wins a game against two struggling teams tonight, and tomorrow or next week will be a game against 2 teams on a semi-roll. So we'll see how that works out. For David Lombardi, this is RJ Abadia for the Bootleg Podcast.